Hi guys, I'm so thrilled to have you back today. I am actually supposed to be cleaning the house right now, which is why I thought it would be a fantastic idea not to, and instead take you guys thrifting for some supplies that we're going to use for this fun DIY. I'm going to show you guys how to make these adorable fire starters. They would make wonderful gifts for people this holiday season, and they're super cheap to make. So let's start thrifting and get what we need. So I went in mind with certain items, but of course I got distracted, found this cute little house plant print. Today was half off day at the resale shop, so I got it, I think, for about $1. What I came looking for was I needed a couple of saucepans. I'm going to be doing some crafts in the coming days, and I want to be able to have pans that can get a little beat up, and I can even pitch them if I need to. This mushroom one I will not be pitching. It was absolutely adorable, $5.99, then I got it half off. And then this little saucepan was $1.99, and I got that one half off. So I will be actually using these to be cooking up some concoctions in the future, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'll be doing with them. Next little thing I grabbed, I loved these little molds. They were $1.99, and then I got half off. These I'm going to use to make some little bird treats with that I will also be showing you guys in an upcoming video. And I also snagged a foam block. I use these a lot in my crafting when I'm making different arrangements. This was only 50 cents after discount, which is much cheaper than what our dollar store sells them for, which I think they're up to $1.25 now, so I will save money anywhere I can. And then I got distracted again, and I found this, I don't know if it's like an oil or sketch, or I'm not quite sure what the medium is, but it was only $1. So I got this for the gallery wall that I am working on. Moving along, I found a cute little bag of miniature pine cones. I'm going to be using these in the craft I'm going to show you guys today. 50 cents after discount, which I thought was a great price for that. They're worth having around to use wherever I need them. I'm also grabbing a muffin pan for today's craft. I want something just kind of regular size. I loved this little one. It's kind of old. $1.99, so it was just $1 after discount. So this will also be coming with me. Some of the smaller ones are great for different things, or even for organizing craft stuff in while you're working, but I went ahead with the first one that I showed you. I also need a large candle for today's craft. This one is perfect, so you're going to pick one that you like the color. The bigger the better, and just so it's like freestanding, it's not in any type of container or anything. This one was 99 cents, and so after discount it was only 50 cents. So it is going to be perfect for this project. Again, you're going to just want to find a color that you like, and even a scent that you like. Okay, so once I got home, there's a few things I'm going to gather from the yard to use for this DIY. The first thing I wanted to use, I wanted some fresh pine. So we have two different kinds of pine trees. So I went ahead and just grabbed some little snippets of both. They're kind of different shades of green and even like a bluish green. And each one kind of has a little bit of a different texture. So I snipped off some of those. And then in a little bed up front, I have these little red tiny leaves growing in. I'm not even sure what this is, to be honest with you, but I love the color. So I went ahead and picked some of these little tiny leaves. So basically what you're going to do for this activity is just find little bits and pieces of nature that you like. They're colorful, different textures. Make sure you're not grabbing anything poisonous. You don't want to use, any poison ivy or anything like that. And then just a quick little side note, I found this leaf. It's shaped like a heart. I thought that was absolutely adorable. Okay, so onward. So I have my leaves, I have my pine, I have my pine cones, I have my saucepan, a candle, I also have my muffin tin, and I wanted to use cinnamon sticks for this project, but I did not have any, so I did not want to go buy any. I did have whole cloves that I believe I got those even at the grocery store pretty cheap, and I think that even Dollar Tree has them. Okay, so next thing you're going to do is you can either shave the candle with a grater, or like I do, I put the whole thing in a saucepan. And I know it's not safe to be just sticking my fingers in there, but I wanted to show you guys. Low and slow is the key to this DIY that we're doing. You're going to put your heat on the lowest setting. You also need to keep the wax just kind of gently moving. You can use a wooden spoon for this. And now you guys see why I just go buy an old saucepan for these kinds of projects. And when this project is over, it's so much easier to just set the pot aside and use it again in the future, as opposed to trying to get it all perfectly clean, for food. So I like having one that I can keep separate. So while that was melting down, low and slow, I went ahead, I started picking off some of the pine needles and dropping them into the muffin cups. Easy peasy. Now I do want to mention, if you don't want to go buy a separate muffin tray, maybe your Goodwill or your thrift stores, the prices are a little more expensive, you can line the muffin tray with either tin foil or paper cups. That way it's easier to clean up and you can reuse the tray for food later. Okay, so once our wax was nice and melted, I just spooned it right into the tray here. I filled each muffin cup all the way. Don't worry about if any drips, it's super easy to peel off. And then I started adding in my little nature findings. So I put some of the pine leaves in there. I went ahead and added the pine cones in there. Just real gently, just kind of push them in there. You'll start to notice a film on top of, the wax, but that's okay. Just push the stuff right in. Watch your fingertips because it will be hot. I added some of the other pine. These needles are a little bit sharper, but I went ahead and added some little sprigs of those in there. I tucked my leaves in, and again, watch your fingertips because the wax will be hot and you're going to want to kind of push it down in there. And already, I just feel like these are looking so cute. And then I went ahead and sprinkled with the cloves. If you have a cinnamon stick, you can put it in there. If you have a little cinnamon sugar, you can sprinkle it in there. You can really use whatever kind of herb or spice that you like. You may notice at this point the wax is already starting to harden. So once I have everything in there, I just take a wooden spoon or a metal spoon and I drop about another spoonful of wax in each cup, and that will kind of help seal that top layer and make sure everything is nice and tidy. And as you can see, my whole candle cooked down. All I have left is this string, the wick. I just go ahead and pitch this when I'm done, but this is such an inexpensive way to get wax. It's so much cheaper than buying bags of wax chips or wax pellets off of Amazon. So they are starting to harden. Our little fire starters are looking so cute and they smell really, really good. Now what I'm going to do to make these easier to take out of the tray, I'm going to go ahead and stick these in the freezer. And I'm not going to do that until the wax is almost perfectly hard, but I'm going to go ahead and stick them into the freezer, and that will make them pop out of the trays easier. Now, like I said, you can use the little muffin liners if you'd like. And really quick, I wanted to show you the second batch I also did, just to show you that you can use larger pine cones from outside. You don't have to go on a manhunt or spend money on the little tiny crafting ones. These big ones did just fine as well. Okay, so after about 15 minutes in the freezer, these beauties popped out nice and clean. They are absolutely adorable. I think these would be so cute in a little clear bag with a little handful of dollar store moss and given as, little hostess gifts or any type of little gift during the holiday season. If you're a crafter, you could even sell these easily. And I wanted to show you that the tray comes out really clean. Again, you can use tinfoil or paper cups if you want to line. And the underneath, I really like how those turned out too, with just being able to see the pine needles underneath. So all in all, I spent $1 for the tray, 50 cents for the candle, 50 cents for the bag of pine cones. Everything else I just foraged outside and took from my spice cabinet. I was able with that one candle to make 10 of these. So for $2, I made 10 of them. I'm just really impressed with myself, and I'm so glad I decided to do this today instead of cleaning my house. So thank you for joining me, guys. I always appreciate you swinging by. You can see more at my website, thehomespunhydrangea.com. Until next time, have a good one.